What is happening in America today is that the people are saying that the government has failed them. It doesn't matter whether you are a Republican or a Democrat. Whatever power is in, as far as the others are concerned, they are being failed. Republicans and Democrats are both stating that the government of America has failed them. And why has the government of America failed them? Because the government of America is being used just as any bully anywhere to abuse, to misuse, and rip off the people. Rip off the people for their benefits. This is why there are certain people who got so much wealth, or whatever you want to call it, that it would equal the amount that certain nations have. Rip off. And they go with it. It's fine. It's okay. As long as they got it. If you start talking about policies that will kind of relinquish some of it back to the people, then that's a threat. Now you're ready to get war, everything. Well, this is because we have no centralized understanding of a power that we cannot see. We know the earth is here. We say a power, put it here. We don't know too much about that power. The oceans, the valleys and the trees and all the resources of the earth, they are here. We don't know how it got here. And we can think a zillion things, and none of them actually are true. But these resources are here. And we got all of these different people here looking all different kind of ways, got all different kind of ideas. And regardless of what those ideas are, there are certain things that are common amongst all of them. Survival. And for human beings, survival means food, clothing, shelter. It also means education and healthcare. Survival means that every human being, when you say survival, it requires that. And so every human being on this earth that they don't know where it came from, but they're trying to claim their land as theirs, claim some of the oceans as theirs. I understand they're selling little islands out in bodies of water now, selling them. Knowing anytime a little tsunami comes, they just flood it out. But this is the game that's being played. And this is the game that has allowed all of the suffering, all of the pain that's going on. This is what people have rejected or are rejecting. They just don't know what solutions. What they're doing is following the same old solution they've always been following. Somebody else's view. Only this time they're trying to follow people who stand up for evil. They say, and they have observed, that the people who represent better, the people who have represent good, have used that and have not delivered. For instance, they talk about Bill Clinton. Came along and everybody was, okay, Bill Clinton is the man. He's going to look out for us. Then comes along with NAFTA. Then he comes along with Barack Obama. Let's just skip ahead. We don't worry about Bush. Here's a black man. You know, black man's heart is much softer than a white man's heart. Black man's heart is more gentle than a white man's heart. Black people have gone through so much. Barack Obama definitely got to do something for black people. Don't worry about it. Barack Obama is coming. And Barack Obama came and he did the same thing for black people he did for white people. Not too much or nothing. The healthcare thing, they say it was out of sight. And I'm not going to knock it because Lord knows I'm an old person. I go to the doctor a lot. I ain't paying nobody because I ain't got no money. But anyway, so people are just left out here. You can't count on the churches. Nobody in the church can speak for all of the people. They're either speaking for a faith or they're speaking for a race. So they can't see God of everybody. And so you're just out here, wondering what happened. Then somebody comes along, like Dr. Martin Luther King. Took him a long time. Malcolm X, took him a long time. Gandhi had already done his thing, I believe. And they showed him over there. They wasn't playing that stuff. So they took him out. And then they took out a bunch of people everywhere. But then they came back to the United States and They decided to take out the voice of goodness, the voice of morality. Martin and Malcolm, bam, bam, took them out. Took them out. Now let me ask you something. I'm asking America. Since Malcolm X and Martin Luther King have been murdered, what other voice has spoken as the voice of righteousness? What other voice in America? What other voice in America stood up for righteousness? Not a single one. Oh, there'll be people sticking to the Constitution, sticking to what they have presumed as right, you know, working within the law, and working within any law outside of God's law is going to end up the same old way. And anybody trying to represent God's law who have no understanding of God is going to come up the same way as well. See, God is a God of love, not one of persecution by us. If that's to be in the persecution, that the Creator who made the earth do it. Somebody supposed to be slapped side the head, let God slap him side the head. If somebody supposed to be stuck and murdered and brutalized, let God do it. Don't let God talk you into that. Let God go and kill him. Some nations supposed to be wiped out, all the living things, all the human beings, all the animals, and all the plants. If everything that's living is supposed to be wiped out, let God do it. Don't let anybody or nothing talk you into going in and killing everybody. Let God do it. If everybody got to be hungry, you let God take care of that. You make sure that you do everything to make sure they can eat. You understand? All right. Let me see if there's anything else I want to say. Well, I kind of got sidestepped there a bit. I remember growing up, Elijah Muhammad used to talk about white people being devils. They said, why you want to call them devils? He said, they're liars. Why you want to call them devils? They're cheaters. Why you want to call them devils? They're racist. Why you want to call them devils? They're haters. Why you want to call them devils? They're bigots. Why you want to call them devils? They're homongers, warmongers, every kind of thing. That's all it. But the Christian spirit told us, no, we can't say that. We have to disagree with that, because Jesus would say that about him, but Jesus wouldn't hate him. Jesus would turn the other cheek. Something like that. All I know is this. It's what I've been given to share. That's what I've shared, and that's what I repeat. Goodbye.